So today we're taking a look at the final installment in the Series 1 of the 20th anniversary of Marvel Legends. This is the Toybiz Tribute by Hasbro. We're looking at Marvel's Toad, the very first Toad figure that we've gotten by Hasbro for their Marvel Legends line, meaning we haven't gotten a Toad Marvel Legends figure since the Series 1 of Toybiz Marvel Legends 20 years ago. Holy cow. Of course, we have the retro carded design for the package art. We can see the figure displayed there. On the back side, we get a read-up for Toad in a very weird pose. I don't know who thought this was a good pose, but yeah, it's on the box art. So the read-up on the back reads, "For 20 years, the Marvel Legends series has brought the iconic characters and storylines of the Marvel Universe to fans worldwide. To celebrate the 2002 Toybiz debut release, Marvel Legends proudly presents the 20th Anniversary Series 1, featuring Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, and Toad." So Hasbro decided to go with a more classic, original look for Toad, rather than trying to replicate that Toybiz Series 1 design for Toad, which was more grimy and nastier looking. I don't have that Toad, unfortunately, to compare him next to. It is a very different design, and I'm sure some people were expecting that design, but I think Hasbro made the right choice with going with the classic look here. I think we will definitely get other iterations of Toad down the line from Marvel Legends. Hopefully it doesn't take another 20 years, but I think we will get another Toad eventually. Of course, a lot of people know Toad as a more heavy-set person, and there's definitely several body molds that can achieve that look for that specific Toad. As you can see here, he comes with this little backdrop comic book cover with the Marvel Legends base here. The other side of this is your little diorama scene. We get like a swamp here, so you can display your Toad in front of the swamp or in this forest. So that's pretty cool. And then we do get his accessories. So he does consist of two head sculpts. We have the one on the figure itself right here, which is actually pretty cool. You can see here, all new head sculpt, of course. And then we get the gnarly one here with the long Toad tongue. So check that out. You can see that they used a glossy plastic or paint color for the tongue, and it does look like it's like wet from saliva. So that's a very nice detail there. And overall, I'm really liking these two head sculpts here. You can see he does have a pair of fists, and then his only alternate hands are these open wall crawling hands. They're wall crawling hands, but they're actually for when he is, in his Toad pose. When you pose him up on the floor, you're going to want to utilize these here. We get a couple of Toads to display with your Toad. Alright, so here's a close shot at the head sculpt that comes with the figure. And this one is just as good as the open mouth one with the tongue. The teeth and eyes are painted on pretty clean. I'm really digging the hair paint on there. Just like Captain America and just like Hulk and Iron Man, these figures from the 20th anniversary have some extra paint deco that you don't normally see on regular Marvel Legends. They really went a little extra here. It does make it worth your money. It feels like I am getting my money's worth here. We are paying more. This Toad was $34, even more than the Captain America and Iron Man, which were $31. So we are paying more, but we're getting very nice paint deco. Some of the best paint we've ever seen on Marvel Legends. I wish all the Marvel Legends came with this paint deco. But just look at the shading, all the details. This is like almost unheard of. I've never really seen this effort done, and I really hope we continue to see it because it looks great. We do get the pinless knees, but we don't get pinless elbows. Unfortunately, that is a bummer. Man, it is kind of weird getting half and half sometimes. Now the crotch area is very gappy, but these legs do drop down somewhat. You can see right here. Check that out. This really helps with his posing, of course, when you want to get him on the floor, kind of squatting like a Toad. That's where that comes into play. And of course, that's where those wall crawling hands or those open palm hands come into play right there. And then you can get your Toad all posed up. So the articulation on this figure is pretty nuts. It's almost Spider-Man-like, to be honest. He's got a diaphragm joint along with an ab crunch here. I think this torso might be new. Although the arms are reused, we do get butterfly joints here. We get arms moving forward up until this collar piece will hinder it, and I think this is, yeah, it's pretty much molded on there or glued on there. So it will hinder it at some point. The arms do stretch out about that far. We get the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows with a swivel at the wrist and a hinge. This is a separate piece at the wrist here. The head sits on a ball jointed hinge, not a barbell, so he will look all the way up and look down, although it is quite stiff. Left and right, no problem, and he doesn't really tilt too much. Now, he doesn't have a waist swivel, but you can swivel him at the torso there at the diaphragm joint. Again, legs drop down, so that's going to allow him to kick all the way up like craziness. This might be some of the most, extreme leg articulation I've seen. You can almost do a full split. I thought he would be able to do a full split there. We get thigh swivels, double jointed knees. We get that ankle hinge at the foot with a rocker as well. There is no swivel. Okay, so that's a quick example of what you can accomplish with the articulation and those open hands there to get him posed up very low to the ground, as low as you can go. Now, he doesn't have toe hinges, of course, but those shoes that he wears are sculpted in a way where that tip is kind of curved up, and it almost seems like he's utilizing his toes right now, at least on his left foot right there, like he's on his toe. So it kind of works out. Alright, so as mentioned previously, I don't have the original Toybiz Toad, so I'm just going to put him next to some of the other 20th anniversary Marvel Legends here. So we have Captain America, and you can really see how much taller he is here. And here is the Iron Man from the 20th anniversary as well. And then, of course, last but not least, we have the Incredible Hulk. And that's going to conclude my review of the Hasbro Marvel Legends Toad from the 20th anniversary Toybiz Retro Carded Wave. This is going to wrap things up on the first initial Series 1 wave. Now, whether or not Hasbro will make a Series 2 or make any one-offs for the Toybiz Retro Carded line is yet to be seen, but it is still quite possible if you ask me. It is the 60th anniversary of Spider-Man after all, and it is the 50th anniversary of Ghost Rider after all, so who knows, maybe we'll get a couple more for the 20th anniversary line. But with that, that wraps up Series 1. Here it is. They are all some of the best Marvel Legends that Hasbro has produced. The paint apps are exceptional, and so are the accessories and the head sculpts. I mean, they really went all out on these, and I felt like I got my money's worth for every penny I spent on these. So if they keep this kind of quality of work going, then these prices may just be justifiable. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section, and while you're down there, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and as always, take care, take it easy, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.